Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 67 in our year of yoga for those playing along at home as we bring our hands to our heart space and set an intention for today. I'm going to show you how to use a block today in some of your poses, but firstly we're going to start with some alternate nostril breathing. So sitting nice and tall, placing your middle finger and pointer finger in between your third eye, and then blocking the nostril with your thumb, taking a big deep breath in, and then releasing the thumb and blocking the other nostril with your fingers as you exhale out the other side, and then breathing in that same side, blocking it with the thumb, releasing with the fingers, and then exhaling the other side. Nice and slow and controlled. Breathing in, blocking, releasing, breathing out. Breathing in the same side, blocking, releasing, breathing out the opposite side. Coming back to the middle now. Dropping your right ear towards your right shoulder, stretching the neck. Back to the middle, then over to the left side. Back to the middle, then dropping the head forward. Stretching the back of the neck. And then taking the head backwards. Stretching the front of the neck. Back to center, and then rolling really slowly and carefully one big full circle in one direction, and then taking the head in one big full circle in the opposite direction. You might hear a few little clicks along the way. Exhaling now as we walk our hands forward, melting the upper body over our crossed legs. And taking your left arm long, we're just going to bring the right arm underneath, grabbing the left knee and pulling the upper body under the arm. And then changing sides, right arm long, left arm comes in under and grabs the right knee. And just gently resting your head on your forearms, if that's comfortable to do so. And then gently pushing back up onto the hands. I'm going to grab the block for this one, so crossing the legs the other direction. And then on the exhale, forward folding the upper body over the legs. Coming over to the right side. An upper body twist here, and then over to the left. Right hand on left knee, left arm long. And back to the middle, and then just grabbing your block. I'm going to use it as a headrest for those that may not be able to get their head all the way to their arms. Sometimes the block can feel a little bit more comfortable. Pushing back up onto the hands now. I'm just going to take the legs out, pop the block underneath the sit bones, and then big deep inhale And then exhaling as we forward fold, running our hands down our legs or reaching for the toes. Continuing to breathe deeply, feeling the stretch in the back of the legs as well as the back. And then coming into butterfly legs, pushing the knees towards the mat. And sitting nice and tall on the block. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears. And then gently coming over to tabletop. And just setting your body up so wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. And then dropping the stomach and chest towards the floor. And then exhaling as we take our gaze between our legs. Cow pose, dropping our gaze. Cat pose. Taking the knees wide and dropping our bottom to our heels. And if you can't reach, you can use your block here to pop it between the bottom and the heels. Just taking the arms long as we find some stillness here. Taking a moment to quieten the mind. And then gently pushing back up onto the hands. Downward facing dog. Pushing the heels towards the floor. And then just gently walking the feet in between the hands and using the block. Halfway lift, forward fold. Big deep breath in. Hands to heart center. And then stepping the left leg back so you're side on to the mat. Coming into goddess pose. Dropping the pelvis towards the floor. Knees are following the alignment of the toes. Standing, just grabbing the block as we forward fold the upper body towards the ground. You can use the block side on, or you can turn it so it's lengthways, or you can even have it so it's flat. Whatever you feel you need. Maybe grabbing the elbows, letting the upper body hang heavy, or grabbing the shins if that feels good. Stretching the back of the legs, and then slowly rising, walking the feet in a little bit closer as we drop down into yogic squat. Bottom is hovering above the mat. Elbows are pushing the knees out wide. Our back is nice and straight. And then gently sitting down as we turn lengthways on the mat again. Bringing the soles of our feet to the mat and just popping the block underneath the sit bones. Just relaxing for a moment here. Feeling how nice that position feels. And if you want to, you can turn the block on its side, so you get a little bit more elevation in the hips. I'm just popping it back flat underneath the bottom. We're going to do an inversion pose. So we take our legs high, keeping the legs straight, flexing the feet, and then alternating feet, one pointing, one flexing. Stretching the nerves and the muscles down the back of each leg. And then gently folding the feet and the knees, hugging the knees in towards the chest, planting the feet back on the mat, taking them wide and letting the knees fall into the middle. And then gently removing the block. And take the legs long. And then bending the right knee up and over the left, placing the block underneath the right knee for support. Three rounds of breath here. And then changing over to the other side, placing the block underneath the left knee, taking our gaze to the opposite side. Hugging the knees in one more time. And then just grabbing a bolster or a pillow, placing it under the knees. And then if you have a blanket handy, just placing the blanket over your body today. And then if you like, you can place the block underneath the head. And then placing the arms underneath the blanket, palms face down. Blankets are a great way to help you feel secure, safe, supported, and also grounded. And sometimes they aid in just getting you into a deeper relaxed state. I'm going to be here for about 2 more minutes. If you want to stay a little bit longer, feel free to press pause on the video. Otherwise, continue to feel the body relaxing and sending any thoughts that are coming into the mind on their way. Start to bring some deeper breaths into the body now. Bringing some movement, releasing the block. Maybe stretching, and then when you're ready, rolling over to one side. You can keep the blanket on for now. And then pushing up into the seated position. Legs crossed. Taking a deep breath in as we bring our hands to our third eye. May we have kind and loving thoughts today as we lower them to our lips. May we speak kind and loving words today as we lower them to our heart. May we have kind and loving intentions today. It was a short one, but I hope you still enjoyed it. Namaste.